Imagine a world in which your clothing can breathe, where dresses have brains, shoes make decisions, and outfits are able to react to the environment around them. Since the dawn of fashion, its designers have pushed our wardrobe in both function and style. But one young designer has taken fashion into an otherworldly orbit by giving her clothes a heartbeat. A revolutionary field is emerging in the fashion industry. A collision of science and clothing design known as fashiontech blends needles and thread with microchips and robotics. The result is wearable technology. At the forefront of this movement is Dutch designer Anouk Wipprecht.
Fashiontech is a field consisting of fashion design, engineering, science, user experience design, and interaction design. I'm not necessarily out here to create future fashion. I think for me it's more interested to create a dialogue with fashion. For me, fashion is a medium that is very close to the skin, and being partly interaction designer, that is the perfect platform for me to start my explorations.
Anouk's designs affect and are affected by human behavior. Like bees to flowers, wearer and outfit are connected in a fully symbiotic relationship. But Anouk takes her fashion tech a step further by creating fully interactive attire. The clothes not only interact with the person wearing them, but also with the environment surrounding them. Get close to one of her designs, and you might just trigger a dress to move, change shape, or even disappear behind a cloud of smoke.
What I like about this field is that you're never bored, because it's not one thing that you're doing. You're not the whole day sewing, but you're soldering, you're programming. It has such a big diversity. And yeah, I really like it.
Impressing fashion critics is notoriously difficult on its own. But as a young woman in the male-dominated world of technology, it's been an uphill battle for Anouk to establish her legitimacy as a scientist and engineer as well. Recently, however, her work has started to make waves, and some unexpected people are starting to notice. Every 2 years, the world's leading auto manufacturers present their new line of cars and technology at the Frankfurt International Auto Show. For many, it's the biggest and most important event of the year. In the auto industry, seduction sells, and for most companies, this means presenting their cars with a provocative pose and a come-hither smile. But this year, the Volkswagen brand is taking a radically different approach, commissioning Anouk to design 8 fashion tech dresses influenced by their new car designs that will debut at the Frankfurt show.
I've never met a fashion designer where left and right brain works as perfect as with Anouk Wipprecht, because she's a designer and she's an engineer. And it fits perfectly well to the brand, and this is why we chose her.
Millions of people will be watching as the future of Volkswagen is unveiled alongside Anouk's state-of-the-art creations.
The Frankfurt Auto Show, we call it die automobilste Autoshow der Welt. It's not easy to translate this in English, but to give you the feeling, the German car manufacturers are really important for the world, and Frankfurt is the most important car show in the world.
Volkswagen They wanted something more than just normal fashion. They wanted to have something, extra, something special, maybe something with an intellect, just something new. And in a way, me and Volkswagen are miles apart. On the other hand, we have similar ideas about a lot of things. So I knew that I could create something cool for this.
At her studio in Austria, Anouk begins to draft the collection. She studies each and every contour, shape, and mood inspired by the different Volkswagen models.
All these different cars say something different. For example, you have the Beetle, which is for me a more playful, more organic car. You have the Golf. You have their 4Motion section. So, in a way, Volkswagen is one brand, but they have a lot of different styles in between that I need to work with to make one collection to really have their whole identity involved. So. And that is why I started to collect some of their cars and the things that I liked and that you can see here to create a more organic effect. What I wanted to get out of there, both the lamps, that was an important thing to get in the chest piece, as also this overall style sort of.
Anouk's collection of 8 dresses will be the focus of the Volkswagen exhibition in Frankfurt and premiere with an elaborate fashion show. This is an incredible chance for the young designer to present her work on an international stage. To help execute her biggest project to date, Anouk teams up with her friend and longtime collaborator, Daniel Schatzmeier.
I did a lot of jobs. I was test driver, drove an ambulance, working on prosthesis, worked at the gaming company. But I want to go to space. Building a spaceship. That would be cool.
Over the past year and a half, Anouk and Daniel's creations have taken them around Europe and North America. Along the way, the two have become inseparable friends.
My collaboration with Daniel is very special to me. We work together and we really learn from each other.
Anouk is crazy awesome. Often it happens that I want to tell her something and she already knows what I mean. That's pretty funny. She's my sister.
The team heads to Vienna, where they will present the preliminary designs for approval to Volkswagen and their event agency, Volkdams. A nerve-wracking experience for the reserved designer.
Mainly what we're going to show now is the effects. So the effects that the things are giving, and we're working on also the interactive experience for more. So we're working on that. And I'm always a little bit shy. So I'm going to show you guys some things.
While VW and the agency inspect the designs piece by piece, Anouk prepares her first dress.
We're plugging in at the moment the connectors from the high power LEDs to the main system. So the whole main system is in here. The system, like it plugs out, and you normally clip it off. But since I don't know her exact size yet, we haven't been able to customize that. The plugs, either way, I always leave a length.
Anouk presents the first prototype of her 8-dress collection. The board scrutinizes every aspect of her work, and for good reason. Their image will take a hit if her dresses fail to impress or fail to work.
This is going to be...
This is going to be closed, but now it's for the wiring sort of to go through. So this will be... it will be a little bit smaller as well.
Yeah.
So here as well, like it goes up.
Okay.
So you see more the shape.
There is a lot at stake for both Volkswagen and Anouk. So, these dresses can't just be pretty. They have to be revolutionary. Anouk started by rigging her dresses with electricity. Some have a staggering 200 watts of light pulsating through them. LEDs are controlled and animated to change colors with the effects on stage, and proximity sensors have been installed to trigger servos whenever it senses a person's presence. All the silhouettes and features have been designed around the Volkswagen brand. But Anouk's secret weapon, the star of the show, will be the smoke dress. A fully 3D printed dress that covers itself in a thick layer of smoke. Anouk is using cutting-edge flexible plastics and laser cutting the unique design out of epoxy blazing a new trail through both fashion and technology. The dress is an engineering wonder, and every intricacy has been meticulously thought out, all the way down to the amount of nitrogen atoms in the molecules that make up the dress material. It's unprecedented and it's untested. Anouk is taking a serious risk banking on this new technology. The board approves the prototypes, and Anouk and Daniel must now get to work turning them into fully operational dresses. But in Vienna, later that week, Anouk and Daniel were heading home when around a narrow bend of a back street, the unthinkable happened. A car collided into Anouk and Daniel, throwing them from their motorcycle. Daniel escaped with minor cuts and bruises, but Anouk's injuries are far more severe.
We got into the hospital and we came out with me having a broken foot and a bruised arm. So that was not really as planned.
She's seriously injured. She's a lot of pain. And she's really faster than light. Is it a rocket? No!
After the motorcycle accident, Anouk is ordered to bed rest. The motorcycle crushed her leg, and the bike's foot peg went through her foot, breaking it in 3 places. Her doctor's directives are clear: no walking and no traveling. But with the biggest show of her career on the line, Anouk ignores her physicians and heads to Germany. Frankfurt, Germany is the financial hub of continental Europe. The bustling metropolis is ranked as one of the most powerful cities on Earth. At its core stands a 6 million square foot complex of exhibition halls that host the world's most prominent trade shows. It's the morning of the first dress rehearsal, and Daniel hasn't slept. He's been up all night, coding and recoding, trying to get the dresses to communicate with the facility's DMX system.
I've been integrating the DMX stuff because we had to change from an 8-channel DMX system to a 4-channel system. So I needed to make a binary coded system. So using 4 DMX channels to address 8 dresses.
While Daniel struggles with the DMX, Volkswagen's agency gets word that Tilman Stauska, the executive in charge of the entire exposition, has arrived a day early to approve the fashion show, and nothing is ready. What's worse, Anouk has developed a fever.
I'm not allowed to do anything. I should actually stay in bed, so basically I did a little bit too much, so my body temperature rised up, so it hurts a bit, but I don't care. Hey!
Daniel delivers the news that instead of a simple fitting and run-through, they are now expected to deliver a fully functional dress rehearsal in less than an hour.
If something needs to be done, we're there. We don't sleep, we don't eat, and we just do it.
Anouk scrambles to get the models dressed and tested while Daniel frantically programs.
I haven't slept for 2 or 3 days, and I have about 20 minutes for it now, for checking all the dresses and checking the functions. If something is not working, fixing it.
Normal dresses require a fitting or two with the model before they hit the runway. However, Anouk's intelligent machines require time for testing, programming, and system calibrations. The pressure to get them all operational in time for Tilman's early arrival is mounting, and time is running out.
Of course, we have a big expectation and we want to do something very, very fantastic. So we all have the pressure of the high expectations.
Anouk explains the functions of her dresses to Tillman, hoping he can see their full potential despite a few not being fully operational at this stage.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the different layers here is very 3D
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the material is very cool. Good sofa.
Huh?
Good sofa to sit on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anouk may have Tillman's approval, but she doesn't yet have a fully working collection of dresses, and so she and Daniel will face yet another sleepless night.
Right now it's 3:30 in the morning, and yeah, we have a lot to do. Daniel needs to do a lot of programming. We need to finalize the animations. We need to resolder the cables. We need to do a lot of shit. So I'm gonna work.
The biggest show of Anouk's career begins in less than 48 hours. And if it is to be successful, she and Daniel will have to spend every minute perfecting and finalizing the dresses.
Wir haben ja erst um 4 die Mondschau, ne? Das wisst ihr.
Ja, das wissen wir. We are just going through if everything is charged and then fire it up by the main controller, and then we are ready for the show.
It's the first time, so everybody's a little bit scared and nervous. Yeah, because of the shoes. What if I fall? What if I fall?
With all 8 models fitted, Anouk and Daniel check to see if the dresses work.
Malte, the guy sitting at the big mixer, just switched them on, and actually we are pretty far away from the controller, and that it works still here is a good sign. So we are ready for the show in a few minutes.
It's really cool to see them all live up, and yeah,
That's good.
we're ready.
We're excited, yeah.
Yeah.
As people pour into the hall to catch a glimpse of the Volkswagen fashiontech show, Anouk and Daniel make some last-minute wardrobe changes of their own. All the hard work, all the sleepless nights, the perseverance through broken bones and broken circuits has come down to this: 8 dresses and 3 minutes, with the whole world watching. Being the first is never easy. Anouk's journey to get here has taken persistence, passion, and a willingness to put herself out there. And that hasn't gone unnoticed by even some of her littlest fans.
These interactive pieces, especially like children see it, they just go nuts and it's just their wildest imagination. So that was one of the nicest moments that I can remember between this little girl and the show.
It's really an honor and a pleasure to work with her, and it's very inspiring. She did astonishing stuff, astonishing.
For the next 2 weeks, the team went on to perform 32 shows for hundreds of thousands of people, introducing many to the revolutionary new field of fashion tech and establishing Anouk as a modern visionary.
I'm coming from an engineering background and it's a very male-dominated world. And Anouk's work is amazing. She's probably the most out there of us, I guess, because there's very few people do this sort of thing in the world.
I think what she delivered is huge and immense, and nobody have seen such show before.
The smoke dress is perfect.
Yeah.
It has so much effect on it. It's so much show. It's so much fun to watch it.
Anouk and Daniel are two unbelievable creatures. It's like they're not from this planet. They came to us to give us some light.
Fun is always important and a big part of why I do it, why I'm here.
My dresses do something more than just being pretty. As a designer and engineer, I'm interested in combining fashion and technology through its potential impact on our society. I don't want to wear or gaze at fashion. I want to experience, interact, and participate in her.